Welcome to TruthifySajeel, where we cut through the headlines and bring you the unfiltered truth. In today's video, we take a hard look at Pakistan's economy in 2025, what's working, what's broken, and where we go from here. From record low inflation to rising debt, from IMF bailouts to climate shocks, we unpack the good, the bad, and the opportunities. Stick around. The reality may surprise you. Segment 1, Macro Snapshot and Recent Recovery. To begin, let's set the macroeconomic scene. According to the Economic Survey 2024-25, Pakistan's GDP grew by about 2.68%, signaling a modest but meaningful recovery. The size of the economy crossed $411 billion for the first time. Per capita income also rose to $1,824, giving some breathing room to citizens. Even more striking, inflation fell dramatically. From double-digit highs, CPI inflation averaged 4.7% for much of the fiscal year, and in April 2025, it dipped to 0.3%, a multi-decade low. This stability is largely driven by tighter monetary policy, better supply chains, and favorable global commodity prices. On the fiscal side, revenues soared, tax collection jumped, and non-tax revenue surged. The government narrowed its fiscal deficit to 2.6% of GDP, while even posting a primary surplus of nearly 3%. All of this points to a cautiously optimistic recovery, but the challenge, as always, lies in sustaining it. Segment 2, Structural Challenges and Risks. Beneath this recovery lurk deep structural risks. First, public debt remains a major concern. The Economic Survey highlights a large debt burden. Domestic and external debt together are weighing heavily on fiscal flexibility. The debt-to-GDP ratio is still significant, posing long-term risks. Second, climate risks are now a core part of the economic equation. The State Bank of Pakistan warns that floods and agricultural damage could derail growth forecasts. These shocks not only hurt crop yields, but also strain government resources, pushing up food prices again. Third, while inflation is low now, some analysts, including the IMF, warn it could rise again. Tight fiscal reforms and interest rate cuts may have helped, but they come with social and political costs. Fourth, although the macro numbers are improving, productivity and savings rates remain weak. The SBP warns that low domestic savings and weak institutional capacity could limit long-term growth. Finally, reliance on external financing is still very real. Even with reforms, Pakistan's need for external support, from the IMF, World Bank, and other creditors, constrains its policy space. Segment 3, External Dynamics and Global Influence. To understand Pakistan's economy today, we must also look outward, at global dynamics that influence everything back home. Global commodity prices, especially oil, continue to be a major lever. As a net importer of energy, Pakistan is vulnerable when oil prices spike. That translates to higher costs for transport, electricity, and even basic goods. Foreign investment is slowly returning, but it's still fragile. Multilateral support is key. For example, the World Bank recently approved a 10-year, $20 billion package to help stabilize development, invest in energy, education, and climate resilience. This shows long-term confidence, but it also comes with the expectation of reform. The UN projects Pakistan's GDP growth to be around 2.3% in 2025, reflecting a fragile but stabilizing recovery. Yet, the IMF remains cautious. Despite reforms, it warns that risks remain, especially on inflation and external balance. In short, Pakistan's global relationships and external financing are helping, but they also tie the country's fate to international markets. Segment 4, Path Forward, Opportunities and Reforms. So, where does Pakistan go from here? Despite the risks, there are real opportunities, if the right reforms take shape. 1. Digital economy and IT exports. Pakistan's youth and talent can fuel a digital export boom. The Economic Survey already reports surges in ICT exports and freelancing income. Scaling up IT infrastructure, improving regulatory frameworks, and supporting startups could drive sustainable growth. 2. Agricultural modernization. Current agriculture growth is weak. But by investing in modern farming techniques, value-added processing, and climate-smart agriculture, Pakistan can reduce import dependency and increase productivity. 3. Strengthening public finances. The government must deepen its tax base, improve tax administration, and reduce exemptions. More efficient public spending and debt management are also key. 4. Institutional reform and governance. Structural reforms, in state-owned enterprises, procurement, and public accountability, could unlock long-term growth. 5. Climate resilience. Given Pakistan's vulnerability to floods and climate shocks, investing in green infrastructure, early warning systems, and resilient farming is not optional, it's essential. 6. Sustained external partnerships. Long-term financing, like the World Bank's 10-year support, must be paired with real structural change. If Pakistan can deliver reforms, external funds become enablers, not crutches. You've just seen a full, honest picture of Pakistan's economy in 2025, where it stands, the risks it faces, and the road ahead. Here at TruthifySajeel, we believe real progress comes from knowing the truth. Stability is emerging, but real growth will only come when we address long-term challenges: governance, debt, climate, and human capital. If you found this breakdown useful, like, share, and subscribe for more TruthifySajeel deep dives into the issues that shape Pakistan's future. And hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching. This is TruthifySajeel, where reality matters.